Hello, everybody. Just starting all the other streams. I'm sorry for the delay. Is was trying to finish this and got caught in the middle of it. Right. Let's see. I've been trying to figure out because I do stream on TikTok as well, and it just doesn't make sound when someone writes on the chat for whatever reason. Might be something technical there, but anyhow, you win some, you lose some. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this one I don't care about. This one I do. Hello, how's it going? All good, all things considered. I'm tired, but somehow I was able to push through my day, which way easier said than done. It was a rough day. Just took a I think it's ibuprofen, ibu ibuprofen. Anyhow, something for the headache. I had a headache in like we had to go and do some errands, run some errands. So yeah, yeah, I had some fun just working on this. I feel it could be better, but I'm always thinking that, and I've also learned that you have to just keep going. If you start a project and you're thinking, oh, it's not as good as it has to be, and all this and all that. Like if I were to be caught in all that, I wouldn't have finished my deck of cards. I just wouldn't. So in that same vein, any of the projects I've done, I've been having to, like you have to develop this sense of okay, this is where I'm at right now, so I just keep going at it. Hi, where are you writing from? Oh, that's the first time you type. How's it going? How are you? Welcome to my chat. A what? Have no clue what that is. I always have to like look for random stuff that I don't. I'm old. And often it's also joke or something. And does it refer to anything? Never seen that. So like just a random doodle. You mean this? That? Like your profile picture with legs? That sort of thing? Hi. Close enough. Unk? Is that like old? Anywhere from 20 to 60. uh, so anybody, like any adult? I don't know what is going on with my freaking. It just decides to act weird. Shortened version of Uncle is used. Someone who is old, getting old. No, outdated. Well, I guess you could say that. I'm 30, 36, so well, I don't know if to thank you, I guess, for defending me, King of Fat. Is that another dig? Could be. Anyhow, yeah. Just drawing this character. Thank you. Appreciate it. I try to do the best I can. This is supposed to be. Let's see if I can find her here. I don't really like the design I made originally. Like, I don't know where my head was at, but the original design, well, I guess it shifted throughout. It's more like this. Like this is her. So I was trying to do like a character sheet. Yeah. Where where is she? So I had this. This is the first drawing I made of her. You can see it there with a. Well, how to start drawing. I have a few videos about that, but they didn't get any views, uh, or they got very few views. Maybe I didn't put the hashtags and all that stuff correctly, and also my following was way smaller when I did those videos. But you can check it out there. And basically, what I've talked about is if you wanna start drawing, you just need pencil, paper, an eraser. If you want to use an eraser, but you don't even need that. You can use like a. For a long time, I was drawing. I have a video about that with just using a pen, which you can use to draw perfectly. Like, you shouldn't have an issue starting like that. But the whole idea is that, let's say you want to draw this, so you're trying to replicate what you're looking at. Of course, I've been doing this for quite some time, so I don't have to think that much about it. Yeah, likewise. Hi, Miles. You're back. Oh, this is a different perspective, but I'm looking at it like this. So, yeah. The easiest way to start drawing is by replicating what you're looking at. That's the way I started years ago. Years and years ago. Yeah. I don't wanna lose this page. Let's see what I want from this sketchbook. Uh, Oh, that's not good. I hope you did you find them? I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. I think this idea needs writing. That's what I feel it needs. So I might do something like that. I really like this character. I was inspired when I did this one. Also this one. I think this is the best version of I'm going back and forth between her being her or her. Sorry. So her being her or this character. I'm thinking about that. That's funny. Unk. I'm still adding to the picture to the t-shirt I want to make. And no money unk. Ah! Oh, oh my god. It's under your bed. Well, I hope you find it. They for the most part they don't need much care, but you cannot see the helmeted one. Yeah, it could be like the I don't know. I'm thinking about it. The thing is, I the original idea was for this to be like a really far into the future story. Like the first things I drew about it were like there were no humans by the time I started doing that one. Then I started adding like I thought like maybe if there's some humans left, you found one. That's good. Uh, so I don't know if I have that. I deleted. Well, I cannot say that I deleted it. I just made it private because I was like, no, you. I don't want you taking my stuff. Mm, see if I can find it. Uh, this freaking. You know what? What I'm going to do is download my work, and by the way, I'm talking like without context. I have a Behance, and in there I've added work that I've done over the years. And let's see. Maybe they freaking deleted what I had. I wouldn't be surprised because I didn't want, like, they started training their AIs with people's work, and I was like, no, I don't want you doing that. Like, leave my stuff alone. Thank you very much. So, edit project. Let's see if I can freaking. I wonder if I can show this. Uh, so this one's I I dedicated quite some time to them. Be patient. I'm going to show what I'm talking about. I just put a pool in my duck's house. What are you talking about? This is, mind you, this is 2016. There's one that I don't like, but this has soul. And I don't know where the other ones are. They're back home, and I don't have scans of them, which sucks. Maybe Miles is a farmer. What? There are like three conversations. Like, Miles. Oh, that Miles is. Sorry, I just got. Okay, okay. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. You have a point there. Let me see if I can. What if I open this? Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Be patient. I'm on this. I'm on this. Can you see that? I'm not really a farmer. All I have is 2 turtles, some dogs, and 3 ducks. Okay, so. Alright. So it all started it all started when I had this idea about what would happen in a really futuristic existence of droids and robots without humans. So my original idea was, I think this was the first one I did. I did this as an Inktober thing. Let's see. There you go. I found it. So I did this as an Inktober thing. Where are you? Of course, it's the last one. Now it's not showing. Where are you? Uh, Sorry, two. This one's, there were like a couple. They were humanoids. Bye, Miles. Where is it? Where is it? Oh my goodness. Why isn't it? I downloaded it. Why isn't it showing here? Okay. So this is like the first one I made. And it's kind of on the same vein as the ones that are a couple. Uh, so I started following the prompts, and from that I kind of developed a story, and it's on my Instagram. You can find it if you want to see. Like each one had a description, and it had a kind of an idea behind it. So that was kind of uh, my original concept for this, and I don't even have half of what I made, but I have another sketchbook filled with a bunch of mechs and robots that I made for that. And after I started to think of maybe what what would be the case if there were still some humans on Earth, because the idea is that Earth is really contaminated. So the reason that they have masks and so on is because we cannot function normally. The air is fully polluted, so you have to wear masks. Uh, so I think I have it somewhere. Oh, let's see. So the very few humans that are left in certain cities, uh, they have to wear masks. So kind of like, I guess you could think of a little bit like here is passing uh, Fallout. I think is that's the one. But yeah, well, I started making like this ones are like ads, like funny ads, like go fetch 3,000. So it's like this is from before we polluted everything. So it's a robot that just plays with your dog. Uh, this one actually got a few uh, likes, a bunch of likes actually. A lot of people like that one on Reddit, and like this one's. Uh, okay, I took elements from different. You could say, how you can say it like it's not cultures. And I'm not thinking about IPs, like ideas for what would happen in a far future. So this is are based on stuff that, yeah, these dystopian themes. That's it. So I don't know if you saw like Carbon or Net on Netflix. That one's interesting. And Repo Man. That I don't know if you saw it, but they have that one's terrible because they you change organs, the ones that are not functioning, and if you miss a payment, they come and get the organ back. So it's a really, I don't know. It's not great for anyone, for sure. So yeah, I've been basically thinking of that, and the main character that I thought of, and now looking back on it, it wouldn't make sense that the dog would be just fine, but she has a dog, and my thought was that yeah, Repo Man. Uh, so my idea was that she has a bunch of implants, and that's why she's able to function normally. Like those ones that don't have those, they have to use masks, and or you have two options: or you get transplants and a bunch of organs, or you have to wear masks so you don't freaking die with the contaminated air. So yeah, I guess I spilled the beans on part of the idea that I have. Eh, I've actually started writing a part of it, but the dog is really an alien, or no, the other. I Now thinking about it, could be that it has like adaptations. I just recently saw a video about dogs in Chernobyl, that they kind of adapted weirdly to the radiation, and there's a bunch of them. So maybe there's like something along those lines that they have like they mutated somewhat, uh, so that could be part of it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, and hopefully I can write something that makes sense. But yeah, actually, I don't think like beyond my wife and probably those ones that are quite few that pay attention to the posts I do. Uh, Maybe they not many people know what I'm talking about, but I just don't have the budget or the time to develop certain things. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. I really like this one. This is an interesting concept. And I guess there's a version of this that is already out in the zeitgeist, but uh, they didn't do the greatest job at it. Actually, it wasn't very good, but people enjoyed it. Uh, you might guess what I'm talking about, but if you notice this one and this one kind of go through junkyards, just uh, this one uses. My idea was that can like process metals to create energy, and this one is just looking for parts that they can reuse and fix themselves, which is something that has been used in the past. So yeah, this is like in the middle of the story that I made about these two characters. Uh, like she gets scared that she run into him, but she already knows him. Uh, and they're the main characters on the story. This one lives hidden in the mess. And this is the other character. So he's like jumping so he can avoid this goons. They're trying to. They basically take parts from other robots. So yeah, you don't wanna be on the wrong side of that wasteland. The original idea was that there were no humans, but as I said, maybe I don't know. I'm still on the fence if I want to make this part of the same story or if I want to make it so it's different stories. Uh, but I think I thought of a name even earlier when I was finishing this one. Anyhow, enough of me yapping. Let's draw something. Dun, 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 dun. Robocalypse. Uh, like that one has already a name. The original way I added that to my portfolio was Cyber Revolution, but I where did I put it? I probably lost forever. I wrote it. I know I wrote it. Where is it? Yeah, I have it here. I don't know. Maybe it's a silly name, but I thought of naming it Decadence. Kind of like it. Has a little bit of a punch there and a lot of meaning. Anyway, so my the the whole origin for this idea was the fact that I always am annoyed when I see that we keep contaminating and making a mess out of the planet. So my thought was, like, if we're dumb enough to just keep pushing towards AI, AI because AI and AI and then AI. So eventually, actually, there's a movie with um, what's the name of that actor? The one that does puts in the boots. Antonio Banderas. He made a movie about he's like trying to capture a robot that escaped or something. That movie's a really good, I guess, representation of what I thought. So when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, damn it!" Uh, but it's this original idea was thinking of some a point in time after what happens in that film. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go look that up and you'll see the breakdown of the story. Um, it's interesting. There are quite a few that touch on that, and there's a lot of like um, what's the name of it? Like if you see Black Mirror, they have a bunch of stories that touch on that same theme. Uh, I don't know. Uh, there are different ways of approaching this. There's some people that just keep their ideas to themselves and until they make it into a story. In my case, unless I have backers and people that would like to see that happen, I'm like, I don't have budget. So my thought is, if enough people are interested, I can actually make something happen. At least a short version of this. What I'm talking about. Maybe make two short videos, uh, short animations within that world, just to showcase that. And there's some independent creators that have done it, but you have to have enough following to get anything going, really. You can make it, and some people start to follow along the way, but like I also need monetization in some ways. Like I need to live, and I know, like, for example, the dude that wrote The Walking Dead and Invincible, he just maxed out his credit cards for years until he was able to get a deal. And like he has talked about it, like it was a real struggle for him before he was able to get somewhere with what he was doing. But I have to think about my daughter and my wife. Like, I don't want to put them through that level. Yeah, it is true, but they also people people don't respect those things. Uh, Oftentimes there's some there's a lot of weirdness going on, especially now with the AI that they want to normalize, that they can train anything with your work, and it's like, no, no, not at all. Thank you very much. I know about, well, there's the guy that made The Walking Dead, which his name escapes me. About yeah, Robert Kirkman. There's also Loish. No, that's not. That's a different artist. There's one that uh, made a like a whole book. Actually, he has a character similar to this. He gets all the TV show royalties and image. Oh yeah, they have a different approach towards that because it's a whole thing. If you like, I don't know how much you know about those things, but like the story of the creator of Superman, the story of the creator of actually, if you look into the people that were working with Marvel, well, that's a great kind of worms that you can look into. So, if I'm not mistaken, Image is the guy that made is from the guy that made Spawn. So, if I'm not mistaken, he started that because he was working with Marvel and they they start to take everything from you. Like they own everything. Doesn't matter if you created the character or whatever, they just own everything. And the whole idea behind his company was that the original artist could keep the rights to his work, which is a fair way of approaching it. Like you can still make money from the publication. You're still gonna make money. You're just not the owner of the IP, and that's like, come on, man. Why do you want to exploit to that level something that you didn't make, you didn't come up with? It's like insane. Yeah, I forgot that I like drawing in a just in a page. It's freeing. I don't have to deal with the freaking side of the. Oh my god. It's like reversing damage from my life, which I don't particularly want to get into, but let's just say I've been through a bunch of stuff. Kind of an interesting character you can see here. And another thing that has inspired me, and anyway, take it as you will, is Tron. Like they Tron and like Daft Punk, which they they make awesome music. And I, they're so ahead of their time. Like now they're starting to be of this time, but when they started out, it was like they were from the future. I don't know. I Of course you're gonna have influences, but as you can see, I started drawing this and I have no reference. Like it don't have a reference. Bye. See you Monday. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I can still draw. Who knew? Who knew? $53. I might cut it short. What do you guys think? Should I cut it short? I don't even know if some of you were writing something. Hard to tell. Yeah, it just pushes me out of the stream. Come on. Alright, I don't like this. That's funny. Whatever. Anyhow, you can only do what you can do. That's the reality of this. And if somebody's watching that uses AI, just pick a pencil and put it to a page. It doesn't matter if the doodle is horrendous. That's yours. In opposition to you typing something into a prompt, and that's not yours. And if you think it is, you're naive. You're probably lying to yourself. Eh, anyway, they're probably training stuff with whatever you do anyways on the internet, so but the fight is giving it. You have to keep on going with it, otherwise, well, there's nothing left. I know this sounds like nonsense, but it's not. Right. So I have a new character that I wasn't expecting. I actually like it. It's kind of nice. Um, Anyhow, this was today's stream. I think I'm going to end it. And let's see. Was I wonder if the other streams were working. Yeah, yeah, they're working. Okay. I just add the before I go. Add some nice things to this. I should have left it as it was. Uh, for those of you that I've worked for and I've made money for, if you ever watch this, maybe give some back. I know I've made a lot of money for some people. Anyhow, pencil and paper. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next time. Consider subscribing and hitting that bell. It helps me a bunch. I have an illustrated deck of cards that you can find on my website. I also have a Redbubble shop where you can find merch with my illustrations in them. I also have some phone backgrounds that you can find as well. And what else am I missing? Yeah. I also know about someone that seems to be copycatting my stuff. But anyway, until next time. Bye.